You see, you're not going to understand law of attraction to then just be rid of contrast, because contrast is not something that you just want to get over with. It's something that you want to understand and realize that it really is giving you life-giving benefit, because it's literally telling you what you want, what you can focus on. And so instead of trying to deal with contrast, think of it as taking the bounce from it, taking the value of contrast. You see, when you know what you don't want, you really do know what you do want. And so you can't help that. Alignment is not like alignment is not like a college degree, and that once you get it, you're done for a lifetime. You've accomplished it. It's not like that. It's flexible, it's moving. You're always gonna have different questions, and the answers, they're always going to feel good. They're always going to rise to the occasion of your alignment. They're always going to be from the vortex. The vortex is a moving experience. It will always feel good. It will never feel stagnant and boring. It's not just a place where you go and just steal your mind so you have no desires. It's that place where you get replenished. It's that place that when you go, you feel so good. And so we want you to get into the vortex. We want you to find your alignment because of how good it feels. Because when you're doing when you're doing the alignment work, when you're trying to find alignment, with anything that you want, we want it to be for how it feels, not for what it will manifest. Because when you do it for the power of it, meaning I'm going to do this so I get that, because sometimes that's what it sounds like we're saying do this and you'll get that, but we're saying do this and feel this way, feel good, and then what you want just has to come, because law of attraction just works that way. And so the real prize is this feeling, is the emotion, because when you understand that right now where you stand, you don't really have that much power to change your reality, because this reality that you're not looking at, this what is observable manifestation, is already old. So you don't really need to focus on it so much. And we know that about all of you. You work too hard. You're too hard on yourselves. You think that you should just gun it all the way over there. And that's what this is really about. It's not about never experiencing a problem ever again. It's about being able to more easily flow with the solution and find alignment with the solution, and sort of leave yourself alone. Stop beating yourself up for having a problem, because there's nothing wrong with having a problem. And that's exactly what you're always going to be experiencing. There's always going to be a problem, but how fast you can line up with the solution and train your vibration so that you're mostly thinking about the solution, that's up to you. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about vibrational alignment. We're talking about that eternal happiness that you really can find in every single moment. You can find the replenishment mode, and your way into this replenishment mode, into this vortex, is by understanding that you have to find alignment with it. You have to find alignment with it by focusing on whatever you can focus on. You get in there by matching vibration. What is vibration? Thoughts are in vibration, that are like the same thing. So it's really about what you're thinking. So it's you have to think and feel, how does this thought feel? How does this thought feel? You have to use your guidance system, because you're getting to the point where now you're the only one who can guide yourself, because you have all of these desires, but you can't ask someone else for advice, because no one truly knows where your vortex is. And that's the thing, is we're always trying to guide you back to your vortex. We're always trying to guide you to the understanding that you really already have all the answers, because you have already created a reality. That's the thing, is that your destination is already is robust. It's perfect. It's 100% a reality. And so the little piece is you have to learn how to allow it. And allowing is not even that hard, because when you understand that you're the perceiver of your life experience, then it's not fair to say that you're waiting for the law of attraction to give you something. It's more like it's already there and you're trying to find a vibration. And really think of that vibration as like a perspective. You're trying to find a way to sort of look at that desire, think about it in a way that makes you feel good. Because once you're feeling good about your desire, not one, you feel happy in the moment, but also you're enjoying dreaming about it. You're enjoying that desire. You're just enjoying it. It's fun to think about. It's life-giving. You're having such a good time. And so the fact that it's not here, the reality, the absence of it right now, the perceived absence, is not really in your mind. It's not something that you're really paying attention to, because you can't be focusing on the essence. You can't be focusing on the dream and focusing on the absence of it. And yet that's not what our friends do. They focus on the dream and then they focus on the absence. And so their desire gets really big, and then the absence, their resistance gets really big too. And so it makes sort of an uncomfortable life experience for them, because you're trying to clean up resistance when you could just find an easier way out of all of it, by going into that daydream state, by thinking about your daydreams, by being the creator that you came here to be. Because you don't want to just be this allower who sort of just sits around and just waits for, like a puppet on a string. You want to have your hand in the clay. You want to think about what you want. And we're saying do that, but the reason why you're thinking about why you want, the reason why you're getting specific, is just to enjoy this now moment, to make this moment more energetic, more fun, because you've already done your creation. So it wouldn't be fair to be like, well, I'm gonna create it, because you already did the creation. You already accomplished it, because you experienced the contrast. You already experienced the problem and the solution. You've given birth to the solutions, but the question is, how long will it take you to turn your gaze mostly on the solution, not all the time, because you're not going to be always 100% non-resistant, and neither would you want to be, because you didn't come here to be non-physical energy. You came here to be this extension of non-physical energy. You came here to be on this leading edge and have this sort of contrasting experience. You were really excited by that, because you knew that you could handle it. You knew that there's something there for you that you just had to experience. And so here you are, right? And so really what all comes down to is spending more time on the dream, by understanding that you're the perceiver, by allowing the emotion, the dream right now in this now moment to be enough, because you want the dream or the emotion to manifest fully right now. So there's sort of a tension in the way that you're hyping yourself up to sort of get the most that you can out of this now moment. And we don't want that tension to be a part of your vibration active right now, because it doesn't need to be. We want the dream to be enough, and the dream doesn't feel like enough, but it is. The daydream, when the daydream comes in your mind, when the ingredients from your vortex form an image in your mind, that's a manifestation. That's your sign that you're literally on the right wavelength, that you will see your desire. And so we don't want to say it like that, because when we say you will see your desire, it makes it seem like do this and you'll get that. But we're saying when you feel this way, when you do this, you're going to feel a certain way, and then you're no longer going to be resisting your desire. And that's the only thing that's really required, is you have to feel good. And in feeling good, there's the absence of resistance and feeling satisfied with where you are, because you can feel satisfied with the dream. Once you're feeling good about your desire, meaning when you think about your desire, you're so infatuated with the dream that, yeah, it's not here. But the fact that it's not here yet right now is not totally where you're spending all of your time. It's mostly on the dream, because you're unconditional, because you understand all this, because you understand that I'm the perceiver. So I can't just walk around saying I don't see it. My life isn't the way I want it to be. I have to perceive it. I have to look over there and define what's over there and talk about what's over there, and not only about about where I am right now, what I'm seeing. Because when your vibration is only about what you're seeing, then you can't get anything beyond that. And so we want you to be forward feeling. We want you to be a little bit of everything. But ultimately, it is a little illogical. It's kind of confusing, because it's like, because we know your sort of vibrational expertise. All of you really are a lot more in the vortex than you think you are. And a lot of the piece is, you're taking score too fast. You're being getting too specific. You're trying to work too hard. You're looking for the results when there aren't any yet. And the fact that there are not any results yet makes you it makes you confused, because when you don't see the result, you think that what you're doing is wrong. And that's why we say do it for the emotion, because when you do it for the emotion, now you have balance. Now the fact that it's not here yet doesn't matter, because you're not doing it to make it happen. You see, you're doing it to make yourself feel good. And you know what? The emotion is so easy to manifest. The emotion is something that, if you can really master the emotion, meaning you're doing it for the emotion, you're not doing it for the manifestation. So what does that mean? It means that when you think about your desire, it's like you're not thinking about it and trying to run away with it and make it happen right now, because the fact that it's not a reality right now is the reason why you're not able to go along with it, and you're spending more times in your day doing that. And if you could do that a little less, and you could sort of feel and imagine and enjoy the daydream for what it is, which is that manifestation, which is that pre-manifestation. If you can just enjoy your desire in the form that it is right now, you're going to begin perceiving it. So how do you perceive your desire? Well, at first you find vibrational harmony with it, meaning you find a thought, you go general, it's the most discernible to you in the form of a positive emotion. And since that positive emotion, you know what it means. You're like, oh, it's going to manifest because I feel positive. But the thing is, we want the fact that the positive emotion and you knowing that it will manifest to be enough for that moment. We don't want you to look out your window and be like, where is it right now? We want the relief sort of feeling, and that feeling anticipation to be the prize that you're looking for. The feeling that you're looking for is this is going to manifest. But then when you do it to make it manifest, then you know what happens? You get uncomfortable with the fact that it's not here yet. You start taking score. You start counting how many days you've been doing it. You start tracking your progress. You get very, in the manifestation sort of orientation of, I need to make it happen right now. But it's not really like that. It's more like a transfer. It's a lot easier. And when a desire starts to feel so normal to you, to the point where it just feels like, yeah, it's just gonna happen to me, that means that you're mostly talking about it in a way where it feels really good to you. And we know that when you don't see your manifestation, it's fair to react, because you're always going to react. You're going to have these reactions. It's completely normal to have these reactions, but you want to keep your reactions really to a minimum. You want to understand what your reaction is and what you're reacting to, because in your reaction, you're really launching a rocket. You're really knowing what you want, and you're giving birth to new desire. And so you're doing that all the time though. And so that's why it seems a little like, ooh, the reaction sort of feels wrong, because it's like, and so you beat yourself up for it because you feel like, oh, I'm too spiritual, I'm more in the vortex, I shouldn't have be even reacting, I shouldn't be of this world. And we're saying, but you came here for that, you came here from the vortex in order to live this experience. And so you know what that means, sometimes you're not going to be in the vortex, and that has to be okay with you. You have to be okay with not being in the vortex sometimes, because that's what the new stuff is. That's how you give birth to the new stuff. That's how you continue to tweak your desires. And so really what we want to say is, the emotion is enough, the dream is enough. And if the dream is enough, if the emotion is enough, so you're in that sort of unconditional space, then it will not only manifest, it will manifest so fast. But the thing is, you want the emotion to be enough. You want to find satisfaction. So you're not looking for the emotion to turn, you're not turning the emotion into a reality right now. You're not turning the dream into a reality. You're just dreaming the dream, you're just feeling the emotion, and you're feeling the alignment, you're feeling the life force that this desire has summoned on your behalf. You're feeling the complete version of you. You're feeling that oneness. You're feeling the vibrational essence. You're feeling who you really are, the power of the universe. You're feeling the momentum of source energy. You're feeling it, and you're allowing the feeling to be enough. Because when the feeling is enough, when the feeling good for this moment is enough, and you know why it can be enough, because you're really vibrational. You don't need to manifest right now. You don't need to manifest fully to be happy. You can be happy even in the absence. And if you truly were happy in the absence, then it would manifest. And if it doesn't manifest, you know what that means? It means that the absence is still something that you're trying to overcome. It's still something that you're focusing on. And so we're like, just focus on reality a little less and more on your daydream.